In the name of the one true God, the primordial benefactor, who is kind. Alif, Lam, Ra. We reveal to you a text with which you may emancipate humanity from darkness and point them towards light, by leave of their divine Lord and Sustainer. Point them to the path of He who is noble and celebrated. To the one true God does everything throughout heavens and earth belong. Those who suppress this text are warned of a severe sentence. Those who prefer the earthly life above the life hereafter, and who obstruct the pathway of God, hoping to assail it. Far have they strayed. Every messenger that we commission delivers the message in his people's native tongue. God sends astray and shows the way to whomever He wills. He, the majestic ruler. Long ago we commissioned Moses, instructing, "Emancipate your people from darkness and point them towards light. Make them aware of those days that are special to God." Indeed, in his mission, there are lessons for every dedicated truth warrior. Special days, such as the day Moses said to his people, "Remember God's gift to you when He rescued you from the people of Pharaoh, the time they inflicted the most dreadful atrocities on you? Pharaoh slayed your sons while sparing your daughters. That constituted a most extreme trial from your Lord and Sustainer. The time your divine Lord declared, 'Should you acknowledge, I will grant you increase, but should you disparage, my sentence will be severe.' Moses told them, 'If you and everyone else on earth should disparage this message, God shall remain a most venerable sovereign.' Did information about those earlier people not reach you? The people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, and those after them? None but God knows them now. Their messengers approached them with solutions, but they gestured mockingly with their hands towards their mouths, saying, 'We reject this message of yours. We remain skeptical because what you promote is confusing to us.' Their messengers responded, 'Skeptical of God, He who brought about heavens and earth? The reason He reaches out to you is so He can rectify your iniquities and prolong your survival.' Their reply was, 'You are mere mortals like us. Your wish is to prevent us from devoting ourselves to that which our forefathers were devoted to. Come to us with proper authorization.' Their messengers replied, 'We are indeed mortals like you, but God bestows favor upon whomever He wills, among His devotees. We are unable to offer any authorization without God's will. Upon God do those who embrace Him depend. After all, why would we not depend on Him when He guided us to adopting these ways? We shall gladly endure whatever pain you inflict on us. In God do all who seek security find comfort.' Those bent on suppressing the message said to their messengers, 'We will surely expel you from our land unless you accept our ways.' But their Lord and Sustainer sent them a divine communication saying, 'It is these oppressors that we shall destroy. We shall let you dwell in the land long after them. This is what befits those who respect my authority and who respect a promise made.' But they pressed for victory, and every criminal rebel perished, after which hell awaits him, where he shall be made to drink of the water of most bitter distress, sipping it unceasingly, little by little, and yet hardly able to swallow it. Death shall beset him from every quarter, but he shall not die, for yet more severe suffering will lie ahead of him." A parable of those who are bent on denying their Sustainer are ashes, which the wind blows about fiercely on a stormy day. Such shall be their worldly efforts. Unable will they be to achieve any benefit from all the good they might have done. That constitutes a distant stray. Won't you for a moment consider how God created the heavens and the earth in a rational way? If He wanted to, He could remove you all and bring about a new creation. This He could do without difficulty. All shall appear before God one day, when the humble will say to the arrogant, "We were your followers on earth. Can you relieve us of some of God's punishment?" The arrogant will answer, "Had God shown us the way, we would have shown it to you." It is all the same now whether we panic or patiently endure. We have no place of refuge. When judgment is passed one day, the devil will say, "God promised you that which came to pass. I too made a promise to you, but I deceived you. I never had real power over you. All I did was to suggest things to you, and you simply went along with me. Blame not me, but yourselves, therefore. It is not for me to respond to your cries, nor for you to respond to mine. I stand immune to you falsely co-opting me with God back then. The wicked shall then have a painful sentence. Those who embraced and practiced good conduct shall be admitted to flowing gardens with streams running beneath it, abiding there forever at the pleasure of their Lord and Sustainer. Amidst this, wishing each other safety and soundness. Won't you for a moment ponder as God strikes a parable? A sound argument is like a healthy firm tree with roots firmly established and branches reaching into the sky, perpetually yielding its produce at the command of its Lord and Sustainer. God strikes parables for people in order to raise their awareness. A worthless argument, on the other hand, is like a condemned tree, torn out with its roots above the ground, having lost all stability. With firmly reasoned arguments does God root those who embrace truth, both in this world and in the life hereafter. The wicked he sends off to nowhere, for God can do as he pleases. Won't you for a moment consider those who exchange God's gift out of sheer ingratitude, whereafter they let their people sink into the state of wretchedness? Into hell shall they be incorporated, a truly wretched fate. They ascribe rivals to God to mislead people away from his way. Tell them, do enjoy for now, your pathway leads to hell. Tell my devotees who embrace this code to establish observance of it and to be charitable with what we provide to them, secretly and openly, before the day arrives when no further business or goodwill can be achieved. God is the one who created heavens and earth, then sent down rain from the sky, then, with the rains, produced fruits and sustenance for you. He subjected vessels for you, that they may sail upon the sea by his command, and subjected the rivers for you. He subjected the sun and the moon for you, in constant motion. The night and the day too did he subject for you. He delivers on everything you ask him. If you wanted to count the gifts of God to you, you would be unable to calculate it. Man is indeed errant and ungrateful. There was the time when Abraham prayed, "My dear Lord and Sustainer, make this town a safe one, and safeguard me and my sons from worshipping idols." My dear Lord and Sustainer, these invented figures have deluded a great number of people. Whoever follows me is part of me. As for those who shun me, I leave to you, the forgiving and kind. My dear Lord and Sustainer, I have settled part of my progeny in an uncultivated valley by your sacred house. Our dear Lord and Sustainer, this in order for them to establish joint observance. Please make people kindly disposed towards them and sustain them with fresh produce. They will hopefully be grateful to you, dear Lord. Our dear Lord and Sustainer, you know what we keep secret and what we disclose. Nothing is kept secret from God, both on earth or in heaven. Praise and thanks be to God, who, in my old age, gifted me with Ishmael and Isaac. My Lord and Sustainer indeed listens to prayers. My dear Lord and Sustainer, make of me one that maintains observance, and so too of my descendants. Our dear Lord and Sustainer, do accept my prayer. Our dear Lord and Sustainer, forgive me, and my parents and all those who embrace that day when account is to be given. Do not ever assume that God overlooks the actions of the wicked. He but offers them respite till that day when eyes assume the gaze of terror. The day when they surge forward with heads outstretched, eyes fixated, and hearts that are numb. Do alert humanity of that coming day. The day they are handed the sentence, when those who committed oppression on earth shall plead, "Our dear Lord, grant us a short reprieve, to let us answer your call and follow the messengers." Then it shall be said, "Did you not previously swear that you would never suffer decline? You yourselves occupied the homes of those who previously oppressed their own. We even explained to you how we dealt with those previous oppressors, naming various examples to you." They orchestrated their grand plan, not realizing that their grand plan, even if it was meant to relocate mountains, was well within God's reach. Do not ever assume that God will not fulfill his promise to his messengers. God is noble and capable of retribution. That will be the day when one earth is exchanged for another earth and sky, where they shall be marshaled forth to God, he who shall singularly prevail. You shall that day see the depraved tied together in chains. Their robes shall be of molten tar, flames covering their faces. This, so God may repay each person what it deserves. God's reckoning is swift indeed. This is a dispatch to all of humanity that serves as fair notice to them. It serves to inform them that there is but one single divine authority. Let practitioners of deep reflection then profess publicly to that truth.